Hey guys, welcome to my car. I wanted to do a quick video just kind of showing you around the inside of my car and to give you an idea of the typical countermeasure setup that I run here in my vehicle. So the core components that we've got the V1 right up here. You can see it is running in dark mode, so there's actually no lights displayed right there. I've got my Android phone right there, which is running V1 in the background, and when I get alerts, the alerts will actually pop up right there on the screen. So I can run Waze on the main screen to give me directions, mapping, real-time police notifications and stuff, and then once alerts start popping up, I can see it right there on my concealed display, as well as here on my phone. So pretty handy there. As far as my jammer setup, I've got ALP quads, so right down here I've got the control unit. Location is pretty handy, it's easy to find. I just kind of shove my hand somewhere down here in this corner, and this just all kind of stops my hand, and then I'd find the buttons and smush down to JTK, so pretty easy there. As far as the alerts,
fog lights on.
Don't worry about the fog light alert, but you can see that LED down there. That will shine red when I'm getting shot from the front, and it will shine yellow when I'm getting shot from the rear. I've got my speaker now, which is actually, I installed it physically inside my dash in there, and so it'll actually let me know what gun I'm being shot with when the jammers start going off. As far as dash cams, I'm running front and rear. So the front dash cam is right here behind the rear view mirror. It's an iTronix ITB100 HD. I believe that's what it's called. It's a 1080p dash cam with GPS, so it'll give me my speed, and I can see where I've been and stuff, which is great for road trips, great for encounter videos. And then I've got a rear dash cam right there. Uses the SD cards instead of the micro SD, so a little easier to handle, and I like the matte black finish, so it's not really visible from the outside, but it's not shiny and stuff, so I like that. As far as my phone configuration, as you can see, I am running two phones, and I do run kind of different combinations of apps. My main setup when I'm out driving is I've got Waze right here, as you can see, for navigation, for just seeing the roads and police, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, as I mentioned, V1 pops up right there. And then I can always switch over to the main app itself, and when alerts are going on, I can always configure everything, artificial intelligence stuff, say, oh, that was a false alert, static alert, and help, or that was a moving true signal, is instant on. So I can help Frankie with developing his artificial intelligence and stuff, so that's all right there. And then I can always switch back to Waze as needed. So pretty simple there. On this phone, I'll be running Escort Live typically. This is my main phone right here. It's an iPhone 6, that's what I got right now, and it has internet, and so I've actually got tethering enabled. You can see the blue bar, which is what gives me internet and thus Waze up here on this phone. I do have a Wi-Fi hotspot, Freedom Pop. I get like 500 megs a month for free, kind of nice, but it's one extra device, and I do have to manually turn it on and off, so it's just easier typically to tether with my phone here. Let's see, what else? If you're running Waze and Escort Live on the same phone, which I will do from time to time, if I don't feel like going in for short trips and enabling tethering and pairing it with my other phone, I'll just run Waze here, and if I'm also running Escort Live, if I report manually a police spotted alert, after a couple minutes, takes about 6 minutes or so, it'll automatically show up in the other app too. So I can report in Waze, and it'll show up in Waze and Escort Live in one motion. And similarly, I can do police spotted in Escort Live, and it'll also show up in Waze. So pretty handy there. But that does require both apps running on the same phone. Works on Android and iPhone. Another setup I'll do is if I want all my map stuff up here and I'm running Waze there, I may launch Escort Live up here, run it in the background or something, and do my reporting this way. And then over here I'll run maybe Google Maps, because sometimes Google Maps works better than Waze in terms of navigation. And also if I'm running, if I'm out in the forest somewhere and I don't have signal, or if I'm off in another country and I've got my phone in airplane mode, I've got the Garmin GPS app. It's like 50 or 60 bucks or something for North America, and it basically replicates a full-on standalone GPS unit, and all the maps are built in here, and so I can use it if I don't have signal. So really happy with that. It saved me sometimes when my other navs failed, so that's pretty handy. Let's see, what else? As far as cabling and stuff, under here, the OBD2 port, I know you're not going to be able to see, of course, but I've got Savvy to give me power for my V1, and also muting and stuff when this phone doesn't have GPS, so pretty handy. And the Bluetooth module to pair this phone with the V1 is also way down there, just tucked down there, whatever. As far as my mounts, I'm using a Pro Clip mount for this one. I originally was using it in my Sonata. This is actually, it's two parts. One part clips onto your vehicle, and the other part hooks up to it and connects to your phone. The phone mount was actually originally for my iPhone 4S, and I haven't bothered switching it over yet. I'm going to do that eventually. And then I'm going to want to figure out something about this. It worked better in my last car, but in this location, since the Miata is kind of a tighter squeeze, this actually does stick out, and if you're a little bit taller, like my brother is, it kind of bumps his knee and gets in the way. It's not really that comfortable. It does stick out a bit from the side, as you can see. Kind of gets in the way, so kind of take it off sometimes. I didn't use the glue, so I can actually just pop it right off like this, so it's not a big deal. So I remove it sometimes if there's somebody else in the car. As far as phone hookups, you'll see right down here, I've got an iPhone, the older plug style, which if I don't need it, I can just tuck it out of the way, and then I can always grab it as needed. I've got also another hardwired iPhone cable right there. This is the lightning plug. So if I got my brother here and he's got his phone, he's got an iPhone 5, he can power up and charge to while we're driving. As far as mounts for this phone, this is a generic RAM X mount. It's just kind of you squeeze these and it pinches and holds your phone in place. I like it as a generic mount, but I am going to want to replace it eventually. This part in this car, since it's kind of a smaller car, does block some of the windshield, and I would like to get something that maybe clamps on here like a CUDA mount. Also, I'm going to wind up eventually replacing this guy with a different phone that I can route, and so once I do that, I'm going to want the part that connects to the phone to be more like custom. I just slide it in, I don't have the cable sticking out and that kind of stuff. This cable, just a, what is it, mini USB? I think it's mini, not micro. It doesn't matter. But they do make like 90-degree cables, which you can get on eBay for a couple bucks. I want to get one of those, been meaning to. And that way I don't have this guy kind of sticking out here. When I'm running a second detector for testing, I'll typically just shut off the V1, and then I'll run my second detector, like right here. I'll just clip it on, pretty simple. And then a cigarette lighter plug is just right here. So wherever it is, boop, plug in, charge it, and I'll run my testing detector there. Let's see, I think that's about it. So yeah, that's a look at the inside of my car. My jammers, I think I mentioned, the ALPs, they're obviously outside the vehicle, in my grille, and in my back of my car, quads, 2 front, 2 rear. Other than that, pretty simple and straightforward. That's my main setup. You know, it definitely evolves and changes over time. Different detectors I'm running, new mounts, new cabling stuff, new jammers, upgraded pretty recently. You know, maybe eventually switch dash cams. Running these for a couple years, they've been doing great. But whatever, so that's a look at my current countermeasure install here inside my Miata. So welcome to my car, and thanks for watching.